Hello, I'm Steve. Thank you for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. And let's get heating. Alright, so we have this patio cover here. It's a residential application. We have a rather large sitting area over here. There's a little barbecue area here. And then we have a dining space here on the right side here. These are the two areas that they want to heat, this area and the seating area over here, the dining and seating. Now they do have two rather large fans. I have them centrally located within, well, I shouldn't say centrally located, I just plopped them in there the best I could, depending on where they're exactly at, might alter the actual layout of the heaters, so that information is always important to know that. Now let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions I do have. And so you can see here, overall dimensions is 40 feet by 20 feet, and we have a couple of this open section here is 19, 18, 9 foot, 9 foot on each post to post. We have an elevation of approximately 9 feet to the bottom of the lattice work up here. And then we have the bottom edge of this beam, top edge of this beam would be 8 foot 5 and 5/15, I guess. 5/16 rather, sorry. Let's see if there's anything else. The size of the diameter of these fans I have at 6 foot diameter. So they're rather large. Now the inner circle that you see here is just approximation about where that 6 foot diameter might be, so just keep that in mind. It's not exact, is my point. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, and there's only really one option I can come up with that would probably look satisfactory in my opinion, and that's using 4,000 watt slimline units. I have 4 on this location over here and 2 over here. And you can see, well, one thing I didn't bring up here before was the clearances that we do have. So we have an open clearance from this edge to this edge of this beam at 1 foot 10, and then I have them at 2 foot 1 center to center, and that goes all the way down the line, the same opening of 1 foot 10. So looking at this, we're going to go ahead and turn on the clearances to combustibles. I'm going to turn the dimensions off right now. So with this height that we had talked about, we have plenty of clearance below the heater, because the heater itself comes down, it mounts up on the lattice work up here, and then the heater comes down to about I think it's 9 1/4 inch from top to bottom. And you can see that we have no problem with the clearances below the heater itself. I have it right up to this edge here. 18 inches from this edge to the beam coming across here, and then same with I shouldn't say same, actually. I have it at, I think it's 9 foot center to center. Let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. Let's see here. It could actually be 10 foot because of the length. Yeah, there we go. 10 foot center to center on the heater, and that's true with these two groups here. Looking at the clearances above the heater, you can see when I place them up in this little area here between the beams, there's no problem with clearances on the left or clearances on the right. The OEM bracket will maintain that 6-inch clearance above, so it's 6 inches from this edge here to any combustible surfaces, and 6 inches from that edge, as well as here across, and all the way up 6 inches. So you can see no problem with clearances. Looking over here real quickly, same issue. No issues with clearances. I do have them rather oddly placed. I'd have to look into that a little bit. Sorry about that. But yeah, the brackets are a little bit off there. So I'm not quite sure what happened on that model, but I'll figure that out. And in any case, I may have lowered them based on the height of this, but I moved this up, so I'll have to look into that. But the placement is going to be the same. In any case, let's look at the clearances below. Sorry, here. Clearances below the heater. You can see with the placement of the heater on this beam in the center of these two beams, I should be okay with angling this heater out at 30 degrees and not penetrating the clearance issue with regards to the fan blade itself at 6 foot in diameter. Now, these fan blades could be steel fan blades, and if that's the case, they're non-combustible. And where you wouldn't want the physical ray, this would be the physical ray coming off the heater, penetrating any type of light material, let's say aluminum or something like that. The clearances to combustible could be within that realm, so you could actually move the heater, in a little bit if that's feasible. Now, placing it over here, and I'll just use this as an example, changing the angle would cause an issue with regards to the clearances down here. So we only have a few more inches that we could, or a few more degrees that we can actually change the angle upwards to keep the ray penetrating the center area here. So we wouldn't go with the 30 degrees, maybe just a 5 degree or something of that nature, and not make contact with this here and the beam itself if we were to place the heater between here. If we point the heater straight down, the distance apart from each other won't give you any coverage in the center. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here, and hopefully that makes sense. So, but you can see here we have a good coverage of the table, and over here we have plenty of coverage throughout this whole span. Now, I did start the heaters here based on the fact that the seating was at the outside edge, and moved into this post here, and that's why I brought up that 9 foot section. So we're probably doing something close to 12 to 11 feet from this edge here out to this edge here. But with that, we're getting very good coverage all the way across here. I'm not sure if you can see all that, but that would be what it looks like over there. And then again over here, we're just heating up this space right here. If you wanted to heat up the whole area like I did over here, you'd have to do something similar to this in order to make that whole area warm. And it may be more than 4 units, it might be 6 units over here if you wanted this whole space warmed up. So, all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and again, please tap that like button. We do not advertise, we're not monetized with YouTube, therefore they do not promote our channel unless we receive your thumbs up, and we thank you so much for doing that. Have a great day.